What's up, everybody? We back. Mr. and Mrs. Nugent coming at y'all from the Airbnb again. We just got through cleaning up, and we wanted to make today's video about
sacrifice. Or sacrificing.
Yeah, so welcome out. We appreciate y'all checking in with us. Today's video is going to be about sacrifice. And what prompted us to think about this topic is we had a conversation not too long ago while we were kind of going through the unit here. A lot of individuals, we feel like, don't sacrifice. Well, I'll put it this way. They have certain dreams that don't match their level of sacrifice. So they have dreams that are here, sacrifice is down here. Right?
How? Okay, let's go.
So give an example, baby. Say someone has a goal or dream to own a 4-bedroom, 3-bedroom home in, I don't know, we'll say a nice part of Dallas or any nice part of any city, and that'd be probably about what, 350,000 plus. You know, what type of sacrifices should these individuals be making?
I don't want to tell people how to spend their money. You know, people get mad when you count their pockets. But no, different ways that you can sacrifice. Like you can sacrifice, for instance, vacations is one. I feel like, because I know a lot of times people, just depending on what field you're in, a lot of people like save up their vacation days and things like that to go to certain places every year, you know, summer vacation, spring break, all of that. That's just one example. You can sacrifice vacations. This is one that we have an issue with. We sacrifice a lot, but a lot of times we're always like on the move. Yep, eating out. We like good food, so we eat out. Yeah, because I mean, and there's definitely times when we could eat at the house, make dinner, lunch, whatever. But sometimes we are always on the move to where we feel like it makes more sense for us to just eat out, grab something while we're out, and then do what we need to do and come back home. And I'm not saying that breakfast, lunch, and dinner is eating out, but that's something that I feel like we could probably scale back on. Because those, 20, 40, 50, whatever, the amounts that you're spending out, it definitely adds up. So that's one, and let me see.
I got a big one. For you iPhone users out there, Apple Music. That $10, $15. I know, y'all like, man, it's $10. But stay with me. $10 a month, it's $120 a year. In 2 years, that's $240. Now, yeah, a lot of people are like, well, if you save this money, you can get this. So, like, if I were to tell everybody to, save $100 a month, and in 3 months you could buy your LLC, somebody would say, well, you don't have an LLC. Well, I do. But if I saw a meme the other day where somebody was like, oh, well, you drink beer. And so drinking beer costs you $3,000 a year. And in 10 years, you could have saved $30,000 and bought XYZ. And then that person immediately was like, well, where's your $30,000 car? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm with you. I'm not gonna tell nobody how to spend that money. But if your goals are here, you know what I'm saying? If you wanna be able to live abroad, quit your 9 to 5, or just have an extra stream of income, or hell, you just wanna be happy. Make sure whatever your goal is, your sacrifices meet that goal. So one of the biggest sacrifices that we need to make is cutting back on eating out. And we know that. And we are, somewhat working towards that goal. A little bit.
We doing better. But I mean, yeah, so we just gave just a few examples of like vacations and stuff, like, cause we can't, like, we've traveled, but that was more so for like work, business related stuff. We not just like out here chilling on the beach, like having a good old time. Usually when we've been anywhere, like if you see us posting stuff, it's usually for something work, business related, or whatever. It's not just a like kick my feet up type of trip. Yeah, and like we said, we're not trying to count anyone's pockets because we definitely don't want anybody counting ours. But we see it a lot. Like people could complain about their financial situation. And we're not saying that we're perfect and we're like, positive. But I will say this, we don't make I would say, negative posts. Like, we could be going through whatever, but it won't hit social media. I will say that. So if we are going through a tough time, whether it's like individually, together, or whatever, we leave that type of stuff off of social media. So I think if you are, you know, having troubles with whatever it is in your life, I think that's another thing I want to say. Just leave it off social. Everything does not have to go on social media, and I say that just because, like, it looks bad in a sense. It's like you complain about not only like your overall life, your financial situation, but then you're not sacrificing in different areas that can help you, you know, kind of balance out those things that aren't going your way. Because it's like, are you really sacrificing? Like, really?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? And like I said, I'm not saying everything. We all have to have, you know, outlets and time to, you know, have fun and just whatever. But the last thing, me personally, the last thing I like to see is people just like always negative and complaining about their situation, but their actions don't show us that they're even trying to better their situation. So it's just like, why are you complaining? Like,
ooh, child.
Like, you know what I mean? I don't like to tell people how to, I can't tell anybody how to feel, just like no one can tell me how to feel. But at the same time, I'm like, stop complaining about your situation when you're literally doing nothing to change it. Like, literally nothing, you know?
Yeah.
Cause go ahead.
Go ahead, no.
No, because I just, oh my gosh. No, because I feel like at the end of the day, you can be, you know, very talented in whatever it is that you're doing, but there might be somebody that's, what's that saying, like less talented than you, but they're outworking you. So it's just like.
Fact. So to give y'all our biggest sacrifice that me and Princess have pretty much imposed on our life, on our marriage as a relationship, is we haven't given each other gifts on like any major holiday for like the last 4 years. So I'm talking anniversaries, Christmas, Valentine's, birthdays. I don't even think we haven't went anywhere for either of our birthdays like on the actual day. This Valentine's Day, we got each other this unit, so we have a guest coming in, nice little, you know, hefty check-in or whatever. So that's our Valentine gift to each other. So that would be the biggest takeaway. Just don't trade gifts. Don't look for reasons to give somebody something like a watch or some shoes or whatever. You know, enjoy your life. I'm a big proponent of enjoying your life. I want to get one, but those sacrifices are gonna come in those small decisions that add up throughout the year, over the years. And if you look back in inventory 2019, 2018, 2017, count how many times that you went to go buy gifts for somebody, and then think about how much that cost. So
what your account was looking like.
What your account was looking like. So we're gonna go and wrap this up. Any last words, any last advice, my lovely wife?
Oh, as far as like the gift giving, I will say this, like we haven't given each other like major, like materialistic gifts, but one thing that we do, if we do any type of exchange, it's some type of investment in each other. Like if it's something that, you know, he's needed, I'll get something that I know will help him in something that he's working on, you know, for self-development, you know, his field or whatever. I bought things like that, and then with me, he's like invested in my business where he'll like buy me inventory, or he'll give me money to buy the inventory that, you know, I've been looking at or whatever like that. So it's more so of an investment and not necessarily just a gift. Like you can see it as a gift, but it's basically investing in something that's gonna make us more money anyway. So, you know.
There it is. All right. We appreciate y'all kicking it with us. Today's video has been about sacrifice, about her inventory, not that Chanel bag.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.